Giving them the countdown. They should be underway momentarily. And we will start out this best of 5. So win 3 and you advance to the next round where Tetsuo awaits. You are not the winner today. You unfortunately are exiting the tournament. And here we go. SpaceColonizer on the left, the 16 seed. Infinite Mystery on the right, the 32. And to start out, SpaceCo gets the setup, and Infinite Mystery does not get the Razor Shield and dies in about the first 5 seconds of movement. Not an ideal opener, that is for sure. Let's see what Infinite Mystery do. Gets a Razor Shield on the feet, so at least be able to clean up the room here. SpaceCo, meanwhile, taking a nuke. You don't want to see that. It delays the spawn, so probably... You know what? Still a solid opener here for SpaceCo. While Infinite Mystery uses a nuke, it still has a ways to go. It's going to be, about a mid... like a 41.5-ish for SpaceCo. Infinite Mystery still working through the last few here, and we'll have around a 54, it looks like. SpaceCo into collect power-ups. Opening drop is an orb. That's what you love to see if you're SpaceCo. Should be able to clean this room up, no problem now. Second drop is a nuke by a door, and I think SpaceCo is going to leave it. Infinite Mystery now entering collect power-ups. Infinite Mystery shooting at the right door, sees Spreader at the left, picks it up, and is now blasting away as SpaceCo gets a Spreader, and feet for both of them, but SpaceCo is choosing to ignore it. Infinite Mystery sees the invulnerability, decides to ignore it. A bit of a strange play there. 122 into Eat My Shrapnel, and SpaceCo is blasting away here, killing a Shrapnel, killing the Swirl, killing the Swarmers, and now killing the rest of the Shrapnels. In great shape. There's Infinite Mystery currently using the invulnerability just to kind of get close to the enemies and shoot them with the grenades. Grenades again, while SpaceCo gets a Razor Shield. So this room will be cake for SpaceCo. Eat My Shrapnel. You have 18 Shrapnel. You start with 3, and then a 4th one spawns immediately. If you have 4 on screen at once, you can't spawn more, so you got to keep that number down. You do the room right, it's a little over 42 seconds. And that's what SpaceCo has done as Infinite Mystery comes in at 202. SpaceCo leaves about a 205. And let's see how Infinite Mystery handles this. There's 4 Shrapnels right now, losing time. Rockets for SpaceCo over in total carnage. Infinite Mystery goes down to, I believe, a Shrapnel explosion. But we'll at least be able to use that invulnerability. Gets a nuke on the feet, so everything dies. At least that'll take care of the Shrapnel issue. SpaceCo, meanwhile, dancing and picking up a key. Let's see, next is a dude, but that is on a mine. Let's see if SpaceCo's foolish enough to challenge it. No way, no how, as Infinite Mystery's got Spreaders, followed by a Razor. SpaceCo dances around an exploding Shrapnel piece, and another one, blocks it with the orb that time, and loses the orb on a bit of a chaser there. Bit of a mistake from SpaceCo, but well ahead right now, so hopefully can weather the storm as Infinite Mystery is out at 256. SpaceCo picks up the nuke to finish the room. It's a 305 as Infinite Mystery gets nades followed by a rocket and gets Shrapnel with a full boat of rockets. You don't want to see that. Now Infinite Mystery plowing away with the invulnerability. Sees an orb but can't get it clean and clear of the enemy as SpaceCo is going to pick up the question mark in the bonus room and head on into tank trouble with a reasonable time of about 3:30. So that means about a 3:05 into the bonus room. Decent showing there. Let's see, opening drop is a nuke. Not a bad drop, but without an orb, not as useful as it could be. Infinite Mystery, meanwhile, getting cornered at the top. Unable to really change the firing lane there, but gets the nuke to clean up the room temporarily. Back-to-back rockets for SpaceCo. SpaceColonizer riding the rocket train right now, and that's what you want to see if you don't have that orb. And now Spreaders to follow. Will SpaceCo use them? Infinite Mystery getting a lot of invulnerabilities, just not able to really use them. And SpaceCo says, you know what? I'm good with rockets. Riding them out as best that you can. And you know what? SpaceCo has killed enough Shrapnels. No more tanks or Shrapnels will spawn. There's only 1 Shrapnel on screen. There's another rocket for SpaceCo. And we'll be able to ride this out, presumably to finish the room here with some accurate shooting. Infinite Mystery pounding away right now. Oh, speaking of pounding away, the grunts take down SpaceColonizer. Finishing out the room here around a 4:30. Thank you for the raid from Wax House here. We are in the opening salvo of this debut match on the day. We have a doubleheader for you. SpaceCo in at 4:31. Infinite Mystery now into the bonus room at 4:43. And SpaceCo Getting grenades to start here on the Mutoid Man fight, and then an invulnerability. Not really what you want to see, but it is what it is. Next drop is probably being sat on like a mother hen. Can SpaceCo find a weapon? No, it looks like that one was hatched and sent off into the world, and now a key, which of course means nothing for SpaceCo. SpaceCo takes the death, gets a spreader, so we'll be able to use this. Mutoid Man, a little trolly, as Infinite Mystery starts with a vulnerability drop. Doesn't pick it up here in tank trouble. SpaceCo dies there. Maybe looking for a drop and gets a delayed lobber, so at least a weapon to use here. Trying to pound away but missing a few shots. Infinite Mystery goes down to some grunts and a tank in a pincer movement. And now a grenade for SpaceCo. Grenades for Infinite. Infinite looking for anything to help try to get some control here. Steps under the bullets. That was close. Lobber for SpaceCo. A good weapon here, delivering shots into the Mutoid Man. It is definitely SpaceCo's race to lose here, and this is your 16 and 32 seeds in an elimination match. SpaceCo losing to Jackamus Wedge in the opening round, and Infinite Mystery losing to the #1 seed, yours truly. SpaceCo pops the head. Rockets and razors here for Infinite Mystery. Pops the gunner, pops the tank. Popping a lot of swarmers here. Gotta watch out for that tank, though. Final form for SpaceCo. Got some rockets. Not a bad weapon for the final form. That's about the only time you want to see that. And now a lobber. Some accurate fire should be enough to get it done as SpaceCo's trying to get to the orb. Gets it. Unfortunately, the purple shirt chases it down. And now Infinite Mystery trying to get rid of the last few enemies. Shrapnel explodes. The tank is down, but it's too late. 6:39. Infinite Mystery into the Mutoid Man room. SpaceCo exits at 6:45. For those wondering, any long pause you might hear in commentary is when I stop to take a drink and hack my face out, because I am still dealing with the fallout of my first bout with COVID. So, Infinite Mystery here gets a spreader, does not take the death. Again, opening match, Infinite Mystery really didn't use the spreaders. Infinite Mystery's only other real experience with the game was in the second tournament when that was a brand new feature. May not be aware of it. We'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Infinite Mystery dancing with lobbers dangerously in the middle of the laser scrum, but doing a good job, missing some shots late. Oh, but gets sniped with the spreader. Mutoid Man. But gets another one. Does Infinite know to pound it in? Doesn't appear so. So Infinite Mystery not aware of that exploit, which is too bad because could have easily popped a full form there. And now a key, unfortunately, not even able to grab it to force a new drop. Mutoid Man with the snipe. You need to have a weapon to hurt the Mutoid Man. Another key game. You're just trolling Infinite Mystery at this point. That's mean. Don't do that. Nice dance there to get through. Infinite Mystery dancing for another key. I can't imagine. Could you imagine getting this many keys in a single run? Gruntiatus, you in the chat, bud? No? Okay. So, run over by a shrapnel coming out the door, and Infinite Mystery trying to jump the continue there, pausing a couple times. I think that's an invulnerability or a lobber. I think it's a lobber. Didn't get a great look at it. It doesn't matter. It's already come and gone. Up to a grenade now. Infinite Mystery. Shooting from the top, you can actually deal a little extra damage from right above Mutoid using rockets or grenades or any weapon, really. If the shot hits the right spot, it deals double damage at the top of Mutoid Man. If it hits where two sprites connect here, there's two halves of the body up there. But really not that useful compared to the other ones like the lobber in the middle or the spreader exploit. And by exploit, I mean glitch. I've always called it an exploit, but it was confirmed last tournament. It's a glitch, unfortunately. Oh, well. Got to learn new terminology. Pops open the chest. Can't get around the shrapnel explosion with a full lobber. And another spreader here for Infinite Mystery. Trying to get in close and just hit some damage shots. There's a shrapnel explosion coming. Steps around that one. And gets run over late here. And that rocket will not be gettable. What's the next weapon? It's unfortunately a foot. Infinite Mystery getting trolled to high heaven by the drops. Lobber now for Infinite Mystery and steps into a shrapnel at the bottom door. That trick's getting old, game. Find a new one. Infinite Mystery Pounding away here. There's shrapnel explosion coming. Steps around it. Managed to get the lobber refill as the mutoid was exploding. Going for the spreader now. Firing down on an angle. Actually landed a couple. I don't know if that was intentional, but that was some manual work from Infinite Mystery. Unusual approach with the diagonal firing, but it did work. There was no fireballs. That indicates the damage went from potentially 3 to 27. Another shrapnel takedown. Another lobber for Infinite Mystery here. Pounding away. Final form. Grenades kind of on the feet, and Infinite Mystery cannot escape getting run over, and that's continue number 2. Pounding away with spreader now. There's a grenade. If they get all the shots in here with that grenade, if it's not sat on, and of course it's going to get sat on. Oh, they tried to get Infinite Mystery with the shrapnel at the southern door again. Mutoid sits on the weapon. It's a spreader. Infinite Mystery's got to be careful. That hitbox extends a little bit on the final form. Firing away now. Going to the lobber. Just need to land a few more shots, and that should do it. Shots go landing home. Oh, steps around. A bit of a mutoid charge. Still landing the shots, and there it is. It'll be about an 11-12 here for Infinite Mystery in our opening race. SpaceCo and Infinite Mystery. Oh, and just one more gift going out the door. That shrapnel explosion might cost a second. Is it really going to matter? Hard to say. 11-14 for Infinite Mystery. Game number 1 goes to SpaceCo. GG's. So for those just joining us, this is our opening match on the day. SpaceColonizer and Infinite Mystery in an elimination match here. Winner advances to face Tetsuo in the next round. The loser, unfortunately, will be leaving the tournament. SpaceCo wins the opening salvo with a solid mid-6 time. Infinite with a bit of a struggle, low 11. Let's see how it goes here. And again, Infinite Mystery doesn't do the Razor Shield setup. Uses the nuke, but gets a bit of a spawn. SpaceCo, meanwhile, gets the Razor Shield, sets up, and gets it ready to rock and roll. And for those wondering, how was there such a gap in times and things? Well, some players play more than others. Some haven't played in a long time. Good nuke here by SpaceCo. And this tournament does welcome all levels of play. That's kind of one of the charms of this tournament. Infinite Mystery in tough, but we'll have to wait and see. A much better opening room, though, for Infinite Mystery. And a solid one as well for SpaceCo. So here we go. Opening drop for SpaceCo is going to be... Oh, there it is. It's a super delayed orb, but it is a first drop orb. Man, that thing took forever. Unless there was a foot that I missed or something on the feet. And a rocket for Infinite Mystery. So solid opening drops for both here. As Infinite Mystery fighting back to the middle. Rockets now for SpaceCo, and this could make for a very solid exit time. We're talking about... If that nuke was it, oh, that's great. That's a very high 78. Infinite Mystery, meanwhile, pounding along here. Great nuke by SpaceCo, finishing the first 2 rooms with well-timed nukes. Oh, a very late orb there for Infinite Mystery, but swung it right into an enemy as it approached, unfortunately. SpaceCo, meanwhile, setting up great here in Eat My Shrapnel. Second orb chance, and unfortunately, Infinite Mystery, just a little too aggressive, didn't clean the room to make sure it could spawn in, and loses a second one on the room. Almost done now, as SpaceCo's pounding away. SpaceCo, probably the last one, or one more. One more enemy here, and this should do it. SpaceCo will be out on a very solid 2:03. Infinite Mystery in around about 2 minutes flat to Eat My Shrapnel. Takes a death, but that is actually going to be helpful. That'll allow Infinite Mystery to clean most of it out. Vulnerability for SpaceCo on the other side. And then a nuke. Solid play early in the room with those shrapnels. Get rid of them. Get rid of the risk. You don't got to worry about those pieces flying everywhere. Can get a little hectic sometimes at the start of Total Carnage. But solid play here. Let's see if SpaceCo can avoid dropping the orb, though, in this room like it did in race number 1. 4 shrapnels on Infinite's side. That's not what you want to see. The nuke, definitely the right play there. And Infinite waiting. No, 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 Infinite. There's more. Here come the shrapnels. 1, 2. And an orb here late, so that'll help clean them up. And, oh, getting a little dicey, and SpaceCo drops the orb going for the Razor. A little too quick on the draw there as Infinite escapes the traps of the enemies. Rockets now for Infinite. Man, just pounding those shots away. Shrapnel. Oh, my goodness. The orb took it out, even though it was past him. That was tight. And we have SpaceCo in around a little worse than last time into the bonus room. Infinite here. Really getting some weapon drops and just plowing through the enemy's 3rd rocket of the room and continuing to dance in the middle. This is the most aggressive we've seen Infinite in this tournament. A 4th rocket in total carnage. Meanwhile, SpaceCo gets a spreader to start, gets the refill, and finally Infinite loses that orb. But man, aggressive play from InfiniteMystery, now hitting the nuke as SpaceCo continues to scramble and gets taken down by a tank, bulleting some shots across the room. Let's see what I did there. Pretty good. No? Too bad I'm the only one here. SpaceCo using rockets, avoiding bats, taking down tanks, being a maniac. InfiniteMystery, meanwhile, taking out everything with rockets. There's another orb. Here comes a swirl, steps away. Probably the right call. Gets it. Gets the orb away from the door and will... Yes, InfiniteMystery, a much better exit time this time. 4:17. As SpaceCo, using rockets, picks up another orb, finally in tank trouble. And SpaceCo is going to be at about the same time. It appears right around a 4:30, 4:31. A good mutoid could be a sub 6. I'm trying to recall SpaceCo's PB. It's somewhere in the 540s, mid 540s, I believe. So we need a heck of a fight, but you never know. Meanwhile, InfiniteMystery into tank trouble, gets a spreader to open. Loses the orb, unfortunately. Has a shrapnel blowing up. Can't kill it in time. Here's a great spreader for SpaceColonizer. Running across. Meanwhile, InfiniteMystery working the guns. Gets there. And it's going to be a chance now to maybe manual. Yes! SpaceCo pops 2 arms with that spreader. It's an extra life for InfiniteMystery. Really not that useful, and makes the wise decision to not risk it as SpaceCo pounds away with the lobbers. Lets that invulnerability go away. Meanwhile, spreader for InfiniteMystery and another spreader steps around the bullets, avoids the shrapnel. Here's a manual spreader chance for SpaceColonizer as Mutoid moves out of the way. A nuke for InfiniteMystery, having a much better tank trouble this time as well compared to race number 1. And a pretty solid manual. Great use of the safe zone on the side, and SpaceColonizer has gotten it down to a rib cage. Great job by SpaceColonizer. Meanwhile, InfiniteMystery trying to work on the shrapnels and just trying to get the tanks a little cornered, but fighting back to the middle now as SpaceColonizer should be moments away. And indeed, the final form, and there comes the de facto. Here's the spreader with the final form. Lobber on the feet. Rockets for InfiniteMystery, pounding away in tank trouble. Probably not going to win this race, but this is a much better showing from InfiniteMystery compared to last time. Over a minute ahead of where they were last time, and SpaceCo is done with a sub 6:30, assuming the shrapnels go away. Let's see if InfiniteMystery gets a better Mutoid Man drop set. InfiniteMystery, the opening drop is a grenade. He's going to have to get in tight here. Dodges the bullets and the lasers. Oh, finally taken out. Here's a spreader chance. Now, InfiniteMystery, unfortunately, has been unaware of using that. Oh, didn't quite have a good route, though, and missed out on the weapon. Gets a key. There was 4 keys last fight for InfiniteMystery. Not what you want to see in the Mutoid Man room or, anywhere in a run. And InfiniteMystery dancing with the lasers and finally gets picked off with the lobber, but gets a replacement here. Maybe Mutoid Man will cooperate a little and give InfiniteMystery a chance to land some damage. This lobber seems to be Infinite's best weapon. Landing it between those brown spots on Mutoid can deal up to 5 times damage if properly placed. So instead of dealing 4 damage, they can deal 20. It's a pretty good, consistent dealing damage weapon. So SpaceCo is 1 game away from advancing to face Tetsuo. But Infinite Mystery, meanwhile, getting very similar luck to the last fight. And it is just not what you want to see here. There's a spreader up in the top. Mutoid making this a tough pickup, but it's picked up by Infinite, going with the diagonal shots through the body here, and choosing to ignore the rocket for now. And you know what? Landed one little manual piece of damage there accidentally in tight. Another spreader, but perfectly zapped by Mutoid Man. And there's Gruntiatus really enjoying all these keys, clearly. All right. Infinite Mystery hitting the 8-minute mark now has popped an arm. Did not submit the PB from the first race, but I believe the PB is somewhere in the 9-minute range. It's probably not going to happen this time. Just needs to try to get some weaponry and actually not get sniped right when it's picked up. It is, I guess there must have been some invulnerability left for Infinite Mystery there. Getting a grenade here. He's got to watch out for the shrapnel. Picks it up. Gets the lobber. Dancing dangerous with the lasers. Spreader now. And that was some definite manual damage. Didn't get a ton, but there was some manual. Grunty is the key. I'm pretty sure that isn't that Gozer, or Gozer needs the Keymaster? I'm not really up on my Ghostbusters lore, to be honest. Either way, it is 2 arms pop for Infinite Mystery. Landing some lobber shots here. Should see some blasted open rib cage here. And there it is. Now just a couple forms away from the final form. Continuing to pound damage in here. A little low with the hits, but still. Could have been dealing double or even triple damage depending on where that was landing when it's that low on the body. Waiting for the next drop. It is a spreader. Got to watch out for those laser eyes. They've been deadly in this fight. And there goes the head. Infinite Mystery, as you see, dealt a lot of damage with that lobber. And trying to get in close with the spreader. Knows you need to be in close. Maybe doesn't know quite where to be to do it. Infinite Mystery now gets a lobber. Got to watch out for the shrapnel. Steps around it. Firing away. Missing shots. Got to go diagonal or get on that cardinal direction. Now landing some shots. Mutoid being a little annoying with the movement. Got to watch out. The shrapnels are gathering. Here's a foot. Infinite Mystery just waiting on a weapon. Gets a grenade, but wisely holds off to step around the shrapnel and then doesn't pick up the grenade. I'm not sure what's going on with that movement. And now another key. I'm not sure what Infinite Mystery is up to. Finally picks up the key. Next drop is a rocket. Throwing them into the side of Mutoid. We can't be too far from the final form here. Steps around the shrapnel explosion. Landing some shots. Final form, Infinite Mystery. Back to back to back rockets. All but a snipe job by Mutoid. Being a little mean here. There's a lobber now for Infinite Mystery. Dancing again with the lasers. And you'll notice playing on the North American version means constant laser fire. The Japanese cart, Mutoid Man, is a little more likely to not shoot lasers at all, it seems. And then he'll snipe you out of nowhere. I don't think Infinite saw the grenade in the top left. The next drop is a lobber. And, oh, this is going to be a tough grab. Got to be careful. Lasers and, oh, the shrapnel and laser work together. Our second continue for Infinite. Unfortunately, another rough Mutoid Man fight. And this time is going to be a little worse than last race as it stands now. Wisely soaks it up, and there it is. Not by much, though. Just got to finish off the shrapnels. And, wow, Infinite Mystery kissing the treads, taunting Mutoid Man. And you got to go out the door, bud. And gets it done. 11-18. GG's to Infinite Mystery. 2-0 Space Co. We'll see how they're doing there, and we will get them underway momentarily. And remember, this is a doubleheader. Following this match, we have a top half bracket showdown of Mr. Dino, our restreamer here on GG Speedruns, and our fourth seed, a 2-time podium, including the 3rd annual champ, 40-watt range. They've got a bit of a storied history in this tournament. We will probably talk about that at the top of that match. Meanwhile, though, I'll get them underway. Please stand by. Let's get ready to rock and or roll. The countdown has been given. They should be underway momentarily here. Game 3, Space Colonizer. A single victory away from advancing to a showdown with Tetsuo. And that is an 11 versus a 16 potentially. Let's see if Infinite Mystery can rally, get things going, rocket and rolling. We are underway. And it is, again, not a setup here from Infinite Mystery. That setup actually came about during the second tournament as well, but probably not remembering, but getting a razor on the second. So, you know what? That's happened all 3 times. Maybe Infinite's onto something. That's Infinite's own little manipulation to be set up to go. SpaceCo destroys the whole razor, but unfortunately not a great time. SpaceCo probably going to be a little upset with that one. It's going to be a 43. It's a 44, actually, and Infinite will be up at the same time. Let's see if we can see another first drop orb for SpaceCo. 2 for 2 thus far. The second one took forever to show up. It's a grenade in the middle, so pretty much the polar opposite of what you want to see. Second drop is a spreader. Infinite Mystery, meanwhile, gets a foot in the middle of the arena. The third drop is a foot in the middle of the arena. Second drop for Infinite Mystery, a foot in the corner. A grenade for SpaceCo, so by far the worst set for SpaceCo in this room. Another foot, an orb. What a grab by Infinite Mystery. Look at these movements, darting between the enemies and keeping it going. An orb now for SpaceCo. That was madness there. And the shrapnel explodes, and SpaceCo's not going to like this time. Those drops were terrible. Dang. SpaceCo setting it up here. Infinite still hold on to that orb, just kind of working here. Sees the spreader, nice little movement, and will bring the orb in to eat my shrapnel as SpaceCo, I think, hit a nuke there. I don't know if that was intentional or on the feet. I missed it. And Infinite Mystery does escape there. He's got to watch out for that swirl, though. Somehow doesn't lose the orb to the swirl. Gets a razor shield. And now rockets, so potentially could set up here. Just got to kill some of these shrapnels and get those numbers down, but not able to use the rockets very effectively. Meanwhile, SpaceCo's got the swarmers gone, knows the room is gone, 217 into total carnage. Meanwhile, Infinite just unable to get the fire focused. The swarmers are gone. We've got a lot of shrapnel still to deal with. As you can see, they are just constantly piling up here. SpaceCo, meanwhile, escapes the early trap of the room, gets nades in the way, though. Still an involved and intact orb for Infinite. Razor for SpaceCo in total carnage. And Infinite is leaving in, I think, Infinite's best time with the orb intact. Let's see if they can escape the trap. Rockets for SpaceCo. No, Infinite, a little too quick, but gets a replacement. Let's see if they can get it here. Pardon me. Not bad. First time I coughed on it. Hey, Infinite picks up the nuke, cleans up the room. Here's a rocket chance for SpaceCo. Trying to get there without losing the orb or some shield. Good job. Infinite Mystery finally dropping the orb there. More rockets for SpaceCo. Loses the last piece of the shield as the room ends and loses the orb. That is SpaceCo's third orb drop in total carnage. Got to be disappointing for somebody who has the potential to be running in the mid, 5-4X as a PB. You really don't want to be making those types of mistakes and want to clean that up before the next round if they do indeed advance out of this match. Infinite, meanwhile, pounding away here, gets a dude right on the feet. And then rockets near the bottom. Will give me a hard grab, but nothing spawns out the bottom door. I guess they're tired of that trick of just slaughtering Infinite Mystery with some traps at the bottom door. Double shrapnel explosion for SpaceCo at the start of the room. Got both gunners, so good there at least. There's the swirl on Infinite side. Hits a nuke. Is that the end of the room? No, not the end of the room. Now rockets for SpaceColonizer in tank trouble, but gets killed. Gets killed. A disappointing outcome there. Infinite Mystery, meanwhile, using feet, followed by a spreader. Hopefully enough to clean up the room. Spreader for SpaceCo. Now a replacement orb. Just got to be careful. Sees the shrapnel. Gets rid of the problem. Rockets in the middle, right on the feet. But, was unable to clean up all the stragglers out there. Loses the orb again. Yeah, SpaceCo not on as good of a pace as the last two runs. Was already into the Mutoid Man at this point. Gets killed here. A very, very sloppy run here from SpaceCo. This will finish the room and will be out around a 447 just as Infinite Mystery enters tank trouble at 447. Decides not to get too close. Dude on the drop on the top right. Let's see if SpaceCo can continue to get decent drops here on the Mutoid Man fight. Opening drop is a grenade. Can use that, but got to get in close. With those gunners can be a little dicey. Gets rid of 1. Gets rid of 2. Sees the lobber. Gets it, but steps too far in and dies. Infinite Mystery, meanwhile, dies. Picks up a foot. Now a key for SpaceCo. Let's hope my voice holds out here, guys. It's already getting a little rough. SpaceCo, right on the lobber train. Can't get to the refill, though. We have an orb drop on Infinite side, but kind of stuck in the corner, unable to get out there as the tank is pinning Infinite down. SpaceCo dies, gets a rocket drop. Infinite dies, and gets the dude, so at least replaces the life, and is actually, up on lives right now. Infinite going away with the shots, getting spreader. Now a rocket. Just has to watch out for the tank, and the swarmers, and the shrapnel. More rockets for Infinite. Lobbers, meanwhile, for SpaceCo, but gets a spreader drop in a very good location. Mutoid moves away, unfortunately, but this should still be enough to pop 1, if not 2. The rockets finally run out here for Infinite, who is just trying to get over to that invulnerability. Seems to be getting there. Yes, gets there. SpaceCo now waiting, gets a lobber. There's an orb chance for Infinite, but that actually ended the room for Infinite, so not bad at all here. SpaceCo, final form, firing rockets, but hey, this is the first time Infinite will be in there when Mutoid's not dead versus his opponent. So, just gets the rockets. I thought SpaceCo was going to get ripped off there. Gets a lobber. Should be enough to finish this off here with some accurate fire. Meanwhile, we've got a rocket drop for Infinite. Indeed, that's it. SpaceColonizer will advance to face Tetsuo this week in an elimination matchup. GG's to SpaceColonizer taking this match 3-0. All games sub-7 for SpaceColonizer. You got to think, though, that maybe wants to clean up some of the play from this matchup going forward as Infinite trying to get clear of the Mutoid. Are we going to see a ballbuster attempt? Does Infinite even know about the ballbuster? Doesn't look like it, and unfortunately doesn't get lucky to pick one up. Infinite now just throwing lobber shots and getting some decent damage out of that. Probably going to pop that first arm here any second. Not quite. This one will definitely get it. Yeah, like a shot away. Let's see if the lobbers can continue. Definitely Infinite's best weapon to have, it seems. Just need to get above the Mutoid and get out of those lasers. They have been deadly. More lobbers for Infinite Mystery. A spreader at the bottom. Will Infinite go for it or just try to ride the lobber? Second arm pop now. Not landing those hits. They're missing. Infinite not banking them. Now getting some on the front tread as the weapon runs out. Another lobber. Can Infinite get to it? Does Infinite see it? Too late to get it now. Next drop is going to be another lobber. These are the oldest of old school. Oh, Infinite trying to thread the needle, but that needle threaded Infinite, unfortunately, on that one. And another lobber. Man, back in the day, Infinite would be the king for this RNG. Lobbers were king. Never forget it. Still pretty good to this day, but I digress. Landing shots now. Might be able to get to the ribs here. Not quite. Waiting for a weapon drop, ignoring the invulnerability. For a nice change of pace, Infinite Mystery now using a lobber on Mutoid, man. Again, could be using the bank for a little more damage, but hey, pops that cage open. Oh, steps around the shrapnel. Good recognition by Infinite Mystery. Stepping around, gets the nades, walks into the treads. The next drop is more grenades. Landing some shots here, and hey, look, a lobber. Lobbers and launchers. Lobbers and launchers. You love to see it, boys and girls. And Infinite Mystery not getting a ton of shots in here. Kind of worried about the shrapnels. Pops the head here and is now down to the second last form, the penultimate form of his second appearance in the Smash TV tournaments. Unfortunately, will be ending today. That grenade, that's going to be a tough ask and could not reach it. But yeah, no, Infinite making a surprise return after 4 tournaments off. Oh, what a troll job. What a great move by Infinite. Recognized that could happen and was ready to dodge it. Landing shots. Couldn't avoid that one, though. Will this be gettable? It's going to be close. Picks it up. Firing away. Doesn't know about that exploiter. Would have been easily on a final form. Landing a few manuals, though. with the diagonal fire. Lobber, final form. Let's see, probably going to need one more weapon. Picks up the spreader. Can't get clear, though. Next up, it's a lobber. Landing home shots. The mine is close, though. Got to be aware of it. A foot. Not going to pick it up. Just going to ride this out. Will this do it for Infinite Mystery? Yes! Infinite Mystery will break 1030. So remember, PB coming into this tournament for Infinite Mystery was